Have you ever heard a lover's lane story that doesn't end with a ghost, but with a warning? In Tennessee, there's an old urban legend whispered around back roads and makeout spots, the kind of tale people tell with a nervous laugh, then suddenly stop laughing when the trees get too quiet. They call it Skinned Tom. And the story is simple in the way the worst legends always are: human desire, jealousy, and cruelty, turning into something that refuses to die. It's said that back in the 1920s, there was a young man named Tom who had a reputation. Handsome, charming, the kind of guy who could walk into a room and have every head turn. He dated just about every eligible young woman in his town, one after another, until there was no one left who hadn't been Tom's girl at least once. So he did what a man like that does in a legend. He got bored, and he moved on to the next town. That's where he met Eleanor. And this wasn't like the others. The story says Tom fell hard head over heels, reckless, convinced he'd found the one. He took Eleanor out at night, away from streets and lights, to the local lover's lane, a quiet roadside spot where couples parked and the world felt far away. Tom thought he was living a romance, but Eleanor was hiding something. In the most chilling version of the story, she wasn't just dating around. She was married, and that night her husband found out. Some say he followed them. Some say he saw Eleanor slip away. Some say he'd already suspected and finally caught her in the act. But the moment he saw Tom with his wife, jealousy didn't just flare. It snapped. The legend says the husband stormed the car, yanked Tom out, and dragged him into the woods beside the lane. Eleanor screamed. Tom fought. But in the darkness, the husband did something so brutal, the story became a curse. People repeat for a century. He skinned Tom alive. Not killed him quickly, skinned him, leaving him screaming in the trees, bleeding out, abandoned like an animal, while the husband vanished back into the night with his secret and his rage. Tom died there, but the story says he didn't leave, because in the legend, something happens when a death is that violent, that personal, that soaked in humiliation and pain. It creates a spirit with a purpose. They say Skinned Tom still haunts Lover's Lane, appearing late at night when couples park in the dark. Some describe a figure stepping from the woods, slick and raw, like a man shaped out of wounds. Others say you don't see him at first. You notice the smell, metallic and wrong, or you hear something soft against the car, like fingertips dragging along the door. And the legend gives him a rule. He doesn't hunt everyone. He hunts cheaters, adulterers, people sneaking around like Eleanor did, people hiding betrayals in the dark, thinking the night will cover it. That's the moral hook that keeps the story alive, because it turns a ghost story into a threat. If you're faithful, you're safe. If you're not, you've chosen Tom's lane. Some versions say he forces the guilty to confess. Others say he attacks without warning. Others claim you'll see a pale shape in the rearview mirror, sitting in the back seat, silent, until you look away. And like all the best urban legends, the ending is always a dare disguised as advice. If you ever park at a lover's lane in Tennessee at midnight and the woods go dead quiet, if you feel like someone is standing just outside your window, don't assume it's a prank. Because Skinned Tom isn't there for laughs. He's there to punish the kind of betrayal that got him killed. And if you're the reason someone's lying, the story says you're exactly who he's been waiting for.